4 months of impeachment.
They have a hoax going on over there.
To end in 4 days, with Democrats braced for frustration.
If the president is acquitted with no witnesses, no documents, the acquittal will have no value.
The president projected a carefree mode, posting his golf swing on Twitter today. On the eve of his biggest annual TV audiences, the traditional Super Bowl interview to air tomorrow, and Tuesday's State of the Union address.
The President of the United States!
President Trump's planned theme is the Great American Comeback, with a focus on the economy. But over this year's walk into the House chamber hangs impeachment, still unresolved. Monday morning, the trial resumes. Up to 4 hours of closing arguments split between House managers.
President Trump solicited foreign interference, abusing the power of his office.
And the president's defense.
They're asking you to remove President Trump from the ballot.
Then senators who have been largely silent get the floor to explain how they will vote Wednesday afternoon, to convict or acquit. Retiring Tennessee Republican Lamar Alexander told Meet the Press the president's Ukraine conduct was wrong, but voters should decide.
I think he shouldn't have done it. I think it was wrong. The only question left is who decides what to do about that.
And with more counter-programming, the president's campaign announced today plans to send top surrogates, the president's eldest sons and his campaign manager, to Iowa Monday to visit Republican caucus sites and to compete with the Democrats' message there.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.